we talked about this last week, this Girlboss trip to space with Blue Origin. Jeff Bezos allegedly was sending his fiancée, Lauren Sanchez, on a one-way trip to space because he doesn't want to marry her. But it didn't work out because all of them survived. And not only did they survive, they have now tread the final frontier for all of womankind. I can actually feel myself gaining new women's rights at this very moment because of what they've done for us. As the female sex, it feels like this is really the newest milestone in progress.
Since us men are being left in the dust, can I read Katy Perry's quote?
Go off.
Okay. Well, Katy Perry had a lot to say about these new advancements for women when it comes to space and technology. So this was her quote. She said, "Space is going to finally be glam. If I couldn't take glam up with me, I would do that. If I could take glam up with me, I would do that. We are going to put the ass in astronaut."
Women's rights.
So
how does it feel?
I don't know what she means by take the glam up with her. Like, does she mean makeup?
So they got a glam team to show up and make them all look beautiful and done up, gussied up before their trip. It was an intense process because, you know, when you go up into zero gravity, your false eyelashes might start floating off of your face. You have to really beat down that makeup before you get rocket launched into space.
Let's watch the video.
Yeah.
From before they
they made a promo clip here.
Here we go.
Thank you so much.
We love you.
We love you.
All a photo op.
We're so grateful.
We're counting on you.
We're counting on you.
We believe in you too.
They're in these
Thank you for
skin-tight
helping us
space suits.
3, 2,
They're bell bottoms too.
Lauren Sanchez making her big entrance.
Okay, see if she likes it.
Oh, on this side.
Oh, I didn't realize the boots had wedges in them.
Yeah.
Well, they're comfortable.
Strutting out.
That's for sure.
You have to wear aviators.
Yeah.
Because you're going into space.
Yeah. Badass women. Just women being empowered.
So can I actually explain why this is different from celebrity men going into outer space like William Shatner? Because when the men are doing it, they're not pretending as if they're doing something great for humanity.
Yeah.
Mary asked me before the show, she asked, would I want to go to outer space? And I kind of I was thinking to myself, I was like, would I want to go to outer space? Like, I guess the experience would be kind of cool. But to me, like, for a guy to do this when they're not an astronaut, for a person to do this when they're not an astronaut, it just seems pointless. Now, I'm sure it's beautiful up there and it's a once in a lifetime experience, but that's only if you're doing it from the tourist perspective, right? Like the idea here is like, you're not actually doing anything. You're not an astronaut. It mans itself. It does all the work itself. So it would be like somebody being like, do you want to fly a plane, but you don't actually fly the plane? It just is on autopilot the whole time. Like, you get on a plane to go from point A to point B. You get in a spaceship, you know, when they're doing lunar missions to go actually complete a task. Whereas now it's just something you do to say that you did it. I would never get in a plane just to get in a plane. I would only do it to actually go from point A to point B.
I think this is a little different.
As a guy, I wouldn't want to do it without actually being an astronaut. It's not the same thing as flying in a plane.
I mean, this is the entire reason that Blue Origin exists as a commercial enterprise of Jeff Bezos, because he knows that space tourism for the rich elites is going to be a big deal in the coming years.
Then make it tourism and not something gendered. And
well, I know that, but you can't help the way that the women on the trip wanted to market it as this photo op and this brand for them. And I said back when we originally covered this that these women are going to frame it for the rest of their lives every time that they're asked about it. they're going to say, like, I think that we're just, like, bonded together in this, like, really special way that you can never, like, take away from us
There's a
because
group
we
chat.
went through that together.
There's a Blue Origin group chat.
Yes. And men would never say that.
Not
they
unless
would
it was
only
in
say
service
that
of
if they had
accomplishing
something to do with planning or building the technology and doing it together as a team effort.
Correct.
Women, however, just by passively experiencing something as a group are going to feel bonded together because of it. Yeah. We have a 20 from Joker. I, for one, welcome our new insect overlords. Is that Lauren Sanchez, our queen aunt?
We have Katy Perry.
Yes, this was her last video posted before the Blue Origin trip that was basically like, if this is goodbye, like, see you in the next life.
Yeah. One day before I get to go to space. I think if you know me, you know that I'm always looking for little confirmations from the heavens, from my guides, from my angels, from my higher self. You know, when I ask for it and I'm open to it, it's pretty loud. So when I was invited to come on this voyage, I looked up the capsule, and the capsule on the very front of it is the outline in the shape of a feather.
I suppose it's better than the sub last summer.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
And when I saw that, it was like a total confirmation, because my mom has always called me Feather. And so I'm in space training today, and it's, you know, there's a lot to digest. We're almost finished with the day, and they show us the capsule, and we have run simulations in another capsule and tested the noise and what to expect and all these different things. And they reveal the capsule name, and the capsule's name is Tortoise. A wave, just the most energetic wave just shot through my body, and I was like, whoa, what? This capsule's name is Tortoise? My mom calls me two nicknames, Feather and Tortoise.
It was meant to be.
What are the chances that I'm going to space on a rocket in a capsule with my symbol, the feather, called Tortoise?
I'm sorry. I just cannot help finding this to be so cringy.
Okay.
I'm sure she's being completely honest,
Yep.
and she feels really strongly about this being a moment for her. Mm-hmm. But anyway, in response to her posting this video, a lot of people thought, like, I have a bad feeling about this. Like, my gut is telling me she's in danger and she's not going to survive. But it turns out everyone was safe and sound and made it back to Earth. And they have a video of the touchdown that I'm excited to see, because you were saying that they were all screaming like little girls.
I love it. Here we go.
So those are like the guide parachutes. There go the drogue parachutes.
Just free falling right there until those drogues came out.
And then next will be the main parachutes.
They're fanning
that
themselves like
get
this.
Pulled out.
Hear that screaming inside the capsule?
And all three parachutes reefing, and they will slowly inflate.
You too could do this, women, if you study really hard and become a billionaire so that you can afford the space tourism.
It's like a glorified carnival ride.
Like, were these women there for that woman who was just rescued from the International Space Station, who was like an actual astronaut?
No, no one gave a shit about her, to be
Nobody
honest.
cared about her because she didn't sing the song E.T. with Kanye West.
Yeah, well, I wonder if that's the one that
Capsule to a
Katy
nice,
Perry
smooth
performed in
10,
space.
15 miles an hour.
I hope so.
Gail King,
Let's
Gail King confirmed that they got a private concert from Katy Perry
But
in
the
the
best
space
part was
shuttle.
when we got back in our seats after 0 G's, Katy sang "What a Wonderful World."
She did?
Nice.
Come on.
She sang "What a Wonderful World." I see
Did you just all
dreams.
start
Oh
crying?
yes.
Oh.
Because we'd been asking her to sing all the time, and she wouldn't. and she wouldn't.
Well, yeah, she gets paid for that. Like,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that's what did the Joker say? When you're good at something, never do it for free.
You're telling me that she didn't perform E.T. in space.
Missed opportunity.
I hate everything. We have a 20 from Weary Traveler. Happy Monday, PCC and community. I saw The Amateur over the weekend with my junior mwints and really enjoyed it. It's like if you combined John Wick with Jigsaw and made him work for the CIA. 8 out of 10 IMO.
Cool.
You gonna see it?
I'm waiting to see
think?
The Accountant too.
All right.
Seen The Accountant too.
Jeff Bezos also was seen face planting in the dirt
bro,
at the rocket landing
give him
because
a
he was so
break.
anxious to find out whether Lauren Sanchez, his sweetheart, was okay.
I like you being an observer.
They'll point it out here. I gotta go full screen here.
We love
He's
being
over
able to
here.
share
He's
this
a true
experience with you. Thank you
yearner.
He's
for
over
sharing
here. He's
Yes.
right there. Don't worry. They're gonna
how you feel out here
wait.
with our
He doesn't see this
audience,
ditch right there.
It's
Oh!
really incredible. So yeah.
Took a spill
My
there.
only hope is that it isn't that isn't her seat on the pod.
Yeah, no. Then she would get the
She's
ick,
gonna get
and then
the
it's
ick and
over.
divorce him.
No,
It doesn't matter that it's his rocket. Doesn't matter that it's his company. Doesn't matter that he sent her to space. He tripped in a ditch. He's got to go.
No. Well, they're not married yet, so maybe this is what.
She's gonna leave him.
Put
She's
their-
gonna leave him at the altar because she's gonna be like, "Look, I tried to get over it, but every time I thought about walking down the aisle, I just imagined you tripping on the way, down there."
I originally thought there was something sinister about this, and maybe Bezos was kind of crossing his fingers that it wouldn't work out. Not only would that be terrible for Lauren Sanchez to die in that way, but it would also be terrible for Jeff Bezos's brand, and no one would, use Blue Origin anymore if it went the same way as the submarine incident last year. Ocean Gate.
Pop Crave says Katy Perry looks fantastic for Space Journey. I know that's what's important when you're going to outer space.
That's the real point here. All of this, it could have been faked, honestly. They could have faked the entire thing and only used it for photo ops for Instagram, and we'd be none the wiser, and it would make just as much of a difference on the planet and just as much of a difference for women regardless, because it made literally zero impact. As Matt Walsh pointed out, he said the first all-female space flight was a tourist trip on a remotely piloted vessel. It lasted 11 minutes in total. Nothing was accomplished. No scientific advancements of any kind were made. This is not a shining moment for feminism. By the way, I think going to space is cool. I would do it if I had the chance. But to pretend that there is anything historically significant about this event is just laughable.
Let me tell you what it was actually a shining moment for. It wasn't a shining moment for feminism. It was a shining moment for capitalism. That's what it was. It was a shining moment for what happens when you build humongous companies that profit extreme amounts so that you can funnel money into your other pursuits, like your rocket company.
Right. And also because of the
cronyism
immense wealth of the women who ended up on this trip. Unless you're talking about the activists that they invited, the ones that we had never heard of.
Well, one of them was actually like an astronaut, right?
One of them was a NASA rocket scientist.
She belongs there.
The other ones, one of them was a civil rights activist. One of them is just like a filmmaker.
I mean, I can actually see the
assume that
point
they
of a
had-
filmmaker going, because maybe like the studio pays for it so that they can develop firsthand knowledge so that they can write a script.
No, I'm
Gravity
pretty
2 Electric Boogaloo.
I'm pretty sure that Blue Origin came up with this eclectic group in some sort of way to promote Blue Origin.
Oh, here's the thing, though. Do you
and
think
footed the bill for them?
Do you think they gave them pretzels?
I bet they did
Up
get
there?
pretzels.
Did they get
up there
pretzels?
in the atmosphere? They got free pretzels from Blue Origin.
There's
So we have
220s.
a couple of 20s. Shane H. Wilder said they're going to do Blue Origin flights out of Midland, Texas, my hometown. They changed the name of the airport from Midland International Airport to Midland International Air and Spaceport. They're taking one of the 6 gates.
Okay.
Interesting. I guess this is the future now, you know? Thank you.
They did! They put a girl on! Why are you still asking?
We put a girl into space.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.